So, since I can't go fishing at all today, thought I'd take this opportunity and walk you through my Wilderness System Radar 115. We'll start from the front. Right here in the front, I do, off this handle right here, I do have a little tether. When I'm fishing in these shallow creeks, I will just snap that carabiner on the back side of my waders and just let it trail behind me as I fish at the same time. So I'm going to save time too and not show you all the features you're well aware of already. Just personally what I've done and thought worked out best for my situations. So right here in this little center oval hatch, a round hatch per se, this is what I keep in there. Just save time. I already got it laid out and stuff. But I do have a waterproof bag in there. Inside that bag, usually dry clothes, a towel, maybe some food. But inside this is kind of like my staple box for say. I got some sunglass holders, some zip ties. Got split ring pliers in here just in case I need to change out some hooks. Allen wrench set, some batteries for my headlamp, and just a wrench and stuff like that, and a spare reel. I do have a little dry keeper in here to maybe keep that moisture down, one of those little gel packs. So that's all I keep in there. I do have my Raymarine fish finder mounted in this pod right here on the pod itself. Currently, I do not have the pedal drive. I'm hoping to get that in the next 3 months. But until then, this is where I like it. That way it kind of frees up some space on my gear tracks for other things, but also just to keep me from snagging anything extra. So, but yeah, this is I got this set up off online. I think the Wilderness gentleman did that through their website, and I liked how that's set up. And and this is of course a ram mount. These are inch balls, and this is just a little plastic 4-inch track. And I actually trimmed it just a smidgen so it fit easier, and I can work that ball off a little easier. But great setup, and I love it. And it's all compact, so if I'm floating down a river with some good rapids, I can just pop that off and keep it protected and not drag my transducer on some rocks. That'd be bad. But anyways, yes, I am using a Raymarine Dragonfly Pro 4. I love this. I do wish I did end up getting a 5 or a 7, just a little bit bigger screen, but it's still great. I still love it, and for the price point, you can't beat the 4 for sure. So that's what I'm using as far as electronics goes. So moving on down to my center hatch. Can't wait till Wilderness Systems comes out with a little insert, but until then, I do have a little waterproof box in here that I'll usually tie off. And in this box, I won't open it up to save some moments, but I do have my headlamp. I have a scale, so if I do catch that personal PB, I will know exactly what I have. But I also do have some fish grips just tethered here, so I can strap it to that scale. All right, that's usually, besides putting my keys and wallet in, that's usually what I keep in the center hatch. Just something I don't need to access a lot, but if I do get that 7-pounder or 8-pounder plus, I can grab that when need be. So I do only have 4 plugs at the moment. I do like it to drain forward, and so all of it just flush down and drain forward versus taking out any in the middle. So currently I only have 4 plugs at the moment, Scrupper plugs. The new addition I just added today, literally, got it in the mail from Austin Kayak. And this is an 8-foot parking pole. Super excited about having this tool, especially next time I go out. Hopefully, maybe next weekend. But I love it, especially it working out with the other side, my anchor trolley system. Working in unison together, holding that position even better. Moving on back. I haven't currently figured out the best route to, for say, park this pole. I might end up getting 2 roto grips. I believe that's the name of them, and maybe park it down the length of it. But currently, right now, I have placed it on this side. and it does fit great, but you know, at the end it kind of swings out from the kayak a little bit. But that's all right, minor glitch. But if I get in some thick stuff, might be snagging up a lot. Let's go ahead and concentrate on my AirPro Max seat. I know you're very familiar with the AirPro Max seats, but what I went ahead and added on each side is I got these really cheap from AustinKayak.com. These were on clearance or closeout, really inexpensive. And I got one 4-inch on this side, and I got another 4-inch on the other side. What I had in mind on this side was putting a little retractable tether right here, and maybe put my pliers attached to it with that side pouch that Wilderness makes, something like that. So that's why I went ahead and put one on this side. The other side's already spoken for, but this side, that's what I'm looking to get. Behind the seat, of course, we have this space here. These are my 2 plastic bags. That's where I keep all my plastics at. And this just came out by KVD. It's I believe it holds 40, I believe. So I have all my Senkos in here, you know, Rage Crawls, Rage Menace, and all that good stuff, flipping baits, all that's in there right now. And this little pouch right here I have underneath my seat. This is my where I keep my trailers, like my chunk trailers for jigs, or you know, the Rage chunks or the super chunks. Also, you know, swim jig trailers, all that stuff. This is my trailer bag, and I keep them separated. That way I can grab a lot quicker and not have to dig around as much in here. I do have this organized, but saves a little bit more time just grabbing this pouch for those trailers. All right, I did install 2 Ram tubes, 2008s. I don't know what the 2008 stands for. Maybe that's when they were created. I'm unsure. But I do have those 2 installed on these geared tracks. This already came with the Wilderness system. Right here behind my seat, I did install, it's another great idea I saw online from another YouTuber. I went with purple because green, purple, we know the Hulk. So I put these little noodles on there, and then I just roll my fish roller in and out of there when need be. And if I'm catching a lot of fish back to back, I won't go here, of course. I will, you know, just put it underneath my chair, especially since I'm in the high position most of the time. Either way, you can put it in the low position, it'll still slide under in there pretty easily. So moving on back, this is right now I am using a crate. Eventually I might upgrade to the Wilderness Systems crate. I'm kind of seeing mixed reviews on that right now, so I'm kind of waiting to see if they come up with a little better system, or they fix some bugs, or if not, I might go ahead and get it, or the black pack, of course. So, but right now I am using a milk crate. The only thing that stunk about this, how deep this trough is, I did have to move these 2 pole holders on the inside, so that did cut into my space a little bit. Not a huge deal, but still a little bit of an inconvenience. But no complaints with the kayak, of course. It's just you know, just how I have my setup personally. But I won't go through my tackle. But this is my favorite box. This is my terminal tackle. Have it all organized pretty well in there. Then I have some waterproof boxes and some spinner baits and some top water. On the other side, I do keep, just briefly, some scent. I got some right down here. I do have some very important, especially when you're working those lily pads, or you know, around those cypress trees. The bugs are ridiculous, especially, you know, during the summer. So I keep some good old Sportsman repellent in there, and I do have some sunscreen down there. But with my setup now, I can hold 7 poles all together if need be, but currently 2 of those is holding my VisiCarbon Pro and my net, of course. So currently I will just, you know, take 5 poles out, and usually that's plenty for what I do. So moving to the other side, I do have homemade carabiners and little paracord for the poles to hold them in place. So here's my paddle. Bending Branches, a great paddle. Currently, I do use this side to, to strap it in place. But when I get the, I'm just lost in thought there. Whatever the rudder. Oh, geez, it's been a long day. Once I get the rudder installed, then I'll no longer use that for this. But I do have a roto grip right here, and of course there's that parking pole underneath that hot mess up there. And usually I will shove this while I'm out, fishing. I'll shove one end through there, and then I will snap the other in here to hold it in place. So on this side, this is what this side is designated for, is my cup holder. Got to represent the hogs. The only negative about this cup holder is if you want to move the seat up and down, you would have to remove this cup holder. So that's the only inconvenience, but most of the time I'm either high or low. I don't switch in between while I'm fishing on the water too much, unless there's a super high wind and I need to get a little more aerodynamic and drop that seat down. But most of the time, I'm either in the high position the whole time or in the low position, depending on what body of water I'm fishing. So moving on down, I do have, this is temporary, I do want to have a retractable tether here as well, but currently I do have some paracord attached to my fish grips. And of course, if I'm trying to get my ruler out and get my camera ready to take a photo of my catch and to turn it on a tournament, I'll just snap the bass on and lay them over on the side. Roto grip. So, once I get that pedal drive system, I will have to, start parking it down the side on the front there, and then snap it in this roto grip. So, a great product. I love that product. I'll definitely probably get some more on the other side and somehow work in that super large parking pole. Not sure yet how to do that. Moving on down, I have a HD anchor trolley system. This is a heavy duty one. It does have the backing plates. I just wanted that stronger system, especially putting that torque on that anchor and high winds on these lakes and stuff. I didn't want the screws to just pull out. So I love this system. It goes the full length of my kayak, all the way to that drain hole. And then we did have to cut it short just by maybe 8 to 6 inches right there, just because once we started hitting that curve, it wasn't functioning as well as it should have been. So that is my wilderness system set up currently right now, without the important piece I'm looking forward to, that pedal drive. So hopefully soon I'll have that in place in the next couple of months. But that's it.